Rabet nami nikume kano nami ingao omni nawo umi nibio honya
again, and to the enemy. had 5 presidents, Rawlings, Kufuor, President Tamils, President Mahama, Nana Addo. Now, we can say that we've done well as a country the past 30 years, but the peace, democracy, and peaceful elections have remained very weak, fragile. Even though we have done well, the transitions, in fact, we have instances where NDC in power has transferred power to MPP in opposition, transferring power to NDC. We've done that. Some countries have not been able to do that. Yet, there are tensions. And there's a strong, if you talk to many Ghanaians, there's a strong desire for sustainable peace, strong democracy, strong institution, and development. There are those who want to get development, bread and butter issues out of our democracy, that elections should be more than waking up early in the morning, queuing to vote, I get nothing. So that sentiment is strong among Ghanaians. And there are what we call common drivers of electoral conflicts. And it's not what I'm about to share with you. It's not only Ghanaian problem, it's African problem. As he mentioned, I lead a Christian organization in Africa. And we do a lot of studies. We do election monitoring in other African countries. We do studies, research. It's a team of pastors and university lecturers. And what I'm about to share with you is true in Ghana, but it's true also in several African countries. The triggers, the common drivers are cheating, violence, ethnocentrism, and dictatorship of the majority. But let me explain. Cheating in elections start with registration of electorates. And therefore, if you want to be part of the electoral process, you don't wait till we are about to vote, because the cheating starts here, registration of electorates. And the problem of registering minors and over-bloating the register in areas which are considered as strongholds of political parties. In this country, both MPP and NDC, they are all guilty. When you hear them shouting, it means they are becoming threatened. For instance, if you find MPP shouting that go to voter region, how they are registering minors, the very thing they are complaining in voter region, they are doing the same thing in Ashanti region. But then if they realize that the other is Tiffman, if they realize that the other one is thieving more, then they start shouting. But whatever you hear, the other one is shouting, complaining, they are doing the same thing in their stronghold. All of them try to register minors in their strongholds. And cheating occurs at the polling stations, over voting and preventing those considered as opponents from voting. They all do that. NDC will want to stop MPP people in voter region from voting, and the same MPP people will want to stop NDC people voting in their stronghold, and they frustrate them. What I'm saying, the 2020 election, and I have 2-3 who were part of it, the Electoral Commission gave us accreditation, the Alliance for Christian Advocacy, and we put 100 pastors together from different churches, and we were tasked to monitor the elections in 8 regions. And these are all outcomes. So I'm not speculating. These are work we have done. Our report was hailed by the EC, Inspector General of Police, and some diplomacy units and all that. So you realize that when you hear some village in voter region, NDC people are shouting over there, it means they know that they are blocking us. But why they are crying, they are also blocking some people, Ketusaf, they are also blocking people from voting. Snatching of ballot boxes. The recent Nigeria election, it was just a sad thing that people snatch ballot boxes. And then cheating occurred during coalition of resource, where words and figures don't match. They change figures just like that. So this is how in our election, it's not Ghanaian, like I said. African, other countries, they all do this kind of tricks. And if you are involved, you must understand the game. Violence in Ghanaian politics is both intra and inter. And again, it's good we're having this workshop now because the primaries, NDC will be voting in May for MPs and a presidential candidate. MPP is yet to fix the date. And within NDC, terrible things are happening. Within MPP, terrible. You may remember that focus story where even some people threw acid within MPP. And they cause all kinds of trouble. So you have inter and intra. And violence occurs in the form of insult and abusive language. This is on FM station, and you hear that all over. Some words we can't repeat here. And so there are a lot of insults in political discourse. Now, violence occurs in the form of loss of property and physical torture. The last election, 8 people died. 2020, like 8 people died. Some died somewhere in Brahafo. We were there. Even during the registration, I think 28-year-old young man, and the only son of the mother. Registration, we have not even come to the point of voting. A teacher somewhere in Volta region, Brahafo, was killed. Let's go back a bit. So let's have that in mind, that people who suffer either loss of property or lose their lives, some of them are our members. Don't take that to be it's a remote thing. Some of those who suffer their properties and their lives, keep it in mind that some are our own Christians and Presbyterians. Let's move on. Let's move on. There is a spiritual dimension to violence where people curse political opponents and call on deities and river gods to kill their opponent. And you find some who will go to a shrine, river somewhere with eggs, Nana will be on a kunuma yen. Have you seen those things before? It's another form of violence. That spiritual side, and we do that. And then post-election violence, I'll come back to this. That what sustained vigilantism in politics, because it is when other people feel that the state agencies will not be on their side that they mobilize vigilante groups just to fight for them. But vigilantes also is another challenge. Ethnocentrism. Now, the two main political parties play the ethnic card by employing ethnic groups where their candidates come from to vote based on their tribal lineages. It's all over. You are this. The Muslims will talk about Ummah. We are brothers. So a Muslim, vote for a Muslim. And sometimes you are Christian, vote for Christian. You are Ashanti, vote for Ashanti. You are this Fulani, vote for Fulani. You are this, that kind of thing. So you have it. Some politicians